Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about buying land again. I just got done doing a video talking about why everyone can't afford to buy land in Africa. But this video, I'm going to be talking about buying land where you are. Okay? There's a specific scenario that I want to share with you all that I found to be a little bit discouraging, because I'm always telling people about land and different opportunities that I find or come across. I'm looking on Facebook Marketplace constantly. I'm looking on just various other real estate sites, trying to see what's available, because there is land out there. And it's kind of like one of those things you have to search constantly. If you have the time, do it daily. Or weekly, monthly, okay? However often you need to, until you get what you need, right? But I'm looking for other people as well, and so this is why I'm constantly running across deals. So let me share a specific deal that came across, I think it was last year or the year before. It was probably early last year or late the year before, okay, in 2019. Or early 2020. And so this deal was for 3 acres. They wanted $18,000 for it. It was some beautiful land. Beautiful land. 3 acres, $18,000, right? A lot of people can't afford to spend $18,000 for land, even though that may be a good deal. So let me tell you what ended up happening. I save things. If I run across a deal, even if it's not something I'm trying to buy or no one I know is trying to get it, I save it because I want to see how quickly it moves, right? And so I'm watching this thing, I'm watching, and it sits there, and Facebook has it now where you can show if something is pending or sold, right? This particular property that I'm looking at, it wasn't just listed on Facebook Marketplace, but they also had it in the general population on different or various real estate sites as well. And so what I was able to find out through saving and searching and watching that property, because I was like, wow, that's a nice property for $18,000. It's beautiful, right? It ended up selling. It didn't sell for $18,000 though. I saw when the price dropped to $12,000, because it didn't move at first for $18,000. So I saw when it dropped to $12,000. I said, okay, that's still a pretty decent price for 3 acres of beautiful land. Eventually, it started showing pending. I said, oh, someone finally made an offer on that land, right? And then they show you what it sells for in the final runs on the real estate sites. It shows you what the land sells for. So that 3 acres of beautiful property ended up selling for $6,000. Okay, so I said, wow, that was an incredible deal. Someone jumped all over it. And so in doing a little bit more research, that same property came back online for sale again on Facebook Marketplace. But let me tell you who bought it and how they are selling it and why they are selling it. See, from the very beginning, from Jump Street, they saw it as an investment. They never intended to do anything with it. And that's how a lot of investors do, right? So let me tell you what they did. They picked up the property for $6,000 and they relisted the property for $20,000. So you're probably saying to yourself, okay, well, it didn't sell at 18. What makes you think it will sell for 20? What makes you think the person can flip it for 20? Here's how. This person, because they were able to acquire this beautiful property for $6,000 that was originally listed for $18,000, they marked it up, and they're listing it for $20,000, and they are offering owner financing, seller financing. And What they are asking for is $3,000 down, and you make monthly payments to them for 5 or 6 years, or however long you need to pay it off. And of course, they are doing that at interest, right? And so they have an investment. They are selling that property for $20,000. They only paid $6,000 for it, and they're selling it for $20,000 plus interest, right? Over a period of 5 to 6 years, right? And so you give them $3,000 down. They've already gotten half of their money back. And you make a payment of X amount of dollars every month until you pay it down. By the time they collect all of the interest, they would have probably made maybe $30,000, depending on what the interest rates are. $30,000, $40,000. Okay, again, it depends on the interest rate. So they are essentially using land as an investment, which in some cases can be better than a mutual fund. Because if you own property and you don't absolutely need the money, see, because you don't have to give the deed to the property until it's paid off. Okay, but the land contract can be recorded so that the buyer and the seller are both protected. Okay, and so if a person owns small parcels of land, they can't live on all of it, and that was never the intention in the first place. And they also realize that other people may not have the money to just pay $18,000 or even $12,000 outright for the land, but they may be able to come up with $3,000 as a down payment. And like the other deal that I had shared or I talked about, the person had 1 acre of land and they only wanted $3,000 for it, $1,000 down and $100 a month. And so there are deals out here. And for those of you who are not necessarily looking for these deals so that you can live on the land or build on the land, look at it from another standpoint, like the young man. By the way, I meant to say this. The young man looks like, from looking at his Facebook profile, he looks like he's about, I kid you not, look like he's about 18, 19 years old, possibly in his early 20s. But he doesn't look to be past 25 at all. So this is a young man who did this transaction. And so if you're looking at it from that point of view, if you see land opportunities out there and you have no intentions of living on the land or moving or relocating, land is a great investment. Notice I said land, not per se houses, because when you're dealing with houses, that's a whole other arena. You've got to be prepared to deal with damage to the house, destruction to the house, or people squatting and not paying, things of that nature. But when it comes to land investments, what are they going to do? Steal a tree from you? Or you know what I'm saying? Usually when a person is trying to buy land from you, or they're using a land contract to buy land, their goal is to buy that land because in the future they want to build on it. No one's going to build on a land contract property. Now keep this in mind. If they renege on it, they've made their down payment, and after a year they stop paying. Exactly what have you lost? Have you lost anything? No, you haven't lost a thing. As a matter of fact, you still have the property. You tie up all the loose ends with the paperwork, cutting this person loose. If they decide that they want to default on the owner financing, you go through the proper channels to resolve that issue, and then you relist it again. So what have you lost? So that is a great way to look at things when you're talking about land investment. Okay. That's just land investment. That has nothing to do with developing the land or anything like that. I'm just giving you a scenario that looked great. Okay. Like I said, the young man, he jumped on the property and he made one of those offers I talked about in a previous real estate video where you'll see a price listed and you have no intentions of paying that amount. And so you throw a lowball offer just to see if they will accept it. Okay, all they can say is no, or they can counter offer. Okay, sometimes a seller will counter offer. They may say, well, you know what, I won't take what you've offered here, but I'll take this amount. And if that's still above what you want, okay, you can offer them something less, but more than your original offer. Depending on how long it's been sitting on the market, they may say, well, you know what, it's been on the market for a while. I don't have any other takers. Not a whole lot of interest is being shown. So yes, I will take this offer right here. Okay, so you seal up the deal, you walk away, you own that property, and then you, as the new owner, can sell the property for owner financing. As a matter of fact, if a person doesn't know that you just bought this $18,000 property for $6,000 and they weren't willing to pay the $18,000, but they didn't think to offer less. Some people just don't think to offer less, right? So they were like, oh, it's sold. They probably just assume, oh, it's sold, I missed it, right? Or maybe nothing happened like that. But what if this person is willing to pay the $6,000 down? Okay, because you're selling it for $20,000, right? Okay, so they give you the $6,000 down and you do owner financing for X amount of years. So you've gotten your original investment back, and now everything after that is gravy. Gravy. So. That is what I wanted to share with you all on the real estate portion of this. I just wanted to share this story with you all because I was intrigued by it when I did see it. I was very intrigued, and I wished that we were in the market at the time to do such a deal. We weren't in the market to do such a deal. So I just said, you know what, not going to worry about it at this time. But I kept my eye on it, and it was an incredible deal for that young person who jumped all over it. Incredible deal. Anyway, I am done with this video. Sorry, I was reading something on the screen here. I'm done with this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section about everything I've talked about in here. If you are in the market for either buying to build or buying to resell. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, share and like this video. And with that, I'm out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.